Before I begin this video explaining value, each of the next few videos will explain the terms personality, service to others versus service to self, your personal inner guidance leading up to, eventually, the Creator's reason for wanting us all to have experience of value. In my last video entitled Answers, I explained the purpose of you having a physical life is the same as everyone else. We are all in physical form on this world to have as many experiences of value for evolving our unique personalities. The same applies to all beings on all worlds in our universe. When we transition to the realm of the afterlife, that magnificent realm where we are not physical in the sense of having our familiar bodies, other personalities will recognize us, no matter where we are in time and space, by our unique personality. We won't look like we did on the physical dimension. We won't have a particular sex. We won't have a sign that says, "Hi, I'm George," or Mary, on our non-physical selves. We will have a unique personality gifted to us by the Creator, as well as the non-physical sense to recognize personalities uniquely. Our personalities will grow and change in quality with the thousands of value-based experiences we accumulate through the physical and non-physical experiences we have. However, our unique personality signature will always be distinguishable. I will discuss more about that in the next video. In this video, I wish to clarify the idea of value that is important to understand for our unique development as immortal beings. Value, as we understand it in our physical form, is usually identified with a kind of monetary valuation or even a personal feeling of what is important in our life. Here are examples of personalized value as compared to meaningful spiritual value. They are not examples of meaningful spiritual value. Someone might think to themselves, "I have a degree in medical training, so I am more valuable than, say, a high school graduate with no post-education training." Or you might be trained as a military officer and you would be considered more valuable than a new recruit. You might be the mother of a child who is musically gifted and compared to children who are not so gifted. There are literally thousands of ways we place a value by comparison to others. The truth is, no one is more valuable as a spiritual personality than anyone else. Your physical ability might be more useful than someone else in a given situation, but you are never more valuable as a personality. As an individual, you might value certain experiences as important compared to others. So having a job that keeps you tied to a desk with repetitive actions would have little value to you other than the income it might provide. If you were offered a lower paying job that gave you more travel and adventure, you would probably place a much higher value on that opportunity. Spiritual value for a developing unique personality is much different than the intellectual examples we just described. Experiences of value from the viewpoint of the non-physical is generally involved with meanings connected with experiences that have their root in subjects of truth, beauty, or the many forms of moral excellence sometimes referred to as goodness. Experiences of spiritual value almost always involve relationships. Relationships between humans, non-humans, and other living creatures or life forms. I have shown 4 examples of what is not of spiritual value. There are literally thousands of possibilities that we might consider valuable in our lives, but are of no real spiritual value. The following concept of spiritual value is so very important to understand before proceeding on to the other subject areas. In my future videos, I have created multiple parts to this subject area. Each part discusses a different example of experience that would have spiritual value. I invite you to continue with the next part. This is Llama, Karuna, Seva. I wish you peace and more joy in your life.